real quick. When everything is thrown your way and it still don't take you down, the last alternative that the devil will use, yeah, the devil, is a woman to take you down. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. I mean, let's be real. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. And this clip I'm about to play is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Everybody know that TMZ been coming out against Corey Holcomb, and the lawyer that he named, Sean Holly, come out against him. And so since all of that is not working, what happened? They start sending women after you as a man to take you down. Okay? It been this way from the beginning of times. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to deal with this. I know you don't want to accept this. This is how the devil play on this playground. I see that didn't work. I see that didn't work. Let's use a bitch to take them down. Huh? Let's use a bitch to take them down. All right? I'm not calling her a bitch, but I'm just telling you reality. This is what we deal with. Okay? But let me play this and we'll break it down.
Hey, hi. So listen, this is going to go really quick, so just listen. I've been getting a lot of questions and people just asking me what I feel and what I think in regards to the whole Corey Holcomb situation. Not necessarily with Christina Payne, but just in general, because I had an issue with Corey Holcomb years ago, which I still fully don't understand. But, you know, to an extent I do, because then you outed the bitch and said that you was fucking her while she was.
These women crazy. Did you hear this? She said she had an issue with Corey Holcomb, but don't know why. But then proceed to tell you why. A lot of these bitches, man, they out of their mind, man. they ludicrous. They double talk. They don't know what they want. They don't know. Damn sure don't know what they believe. Huh? They toss and driven with every wind of philosophy. And yet, this is who they use. This type of woman when they want to come out against you.
Or whatever. Anyway, this message is specifically for Darlene Ortiz. I'm not going to bash you, even though you tried to. I'm not going to talk shit about you, even though you did, because I don't know you personally. But based on what I see, my only thing to you is, baby, you got to stand up, honey. If you
Now, is this video about Corey Holcomb or is it about Darlene? You see how they do things in a sneak, roundabout way? Huh? You see how they do things in the underhanded way? So, this is how the devil gonna do. I'm gonna use a bitch. And then on top of using a bitch, I'm going to try to divide and conquer you. Since I can't get you right away, I'm gonna use a woman that's likable in society, that a lot of weak men is going to take her at face value because a lot of men, and she's a decent looking woman, okay? So a lot of men gonna be like, oh, she fine, oh, she bad. She fine, bad, and funny. So let me hear what she gotta say. Instead of being a three-dimensional thinker, instead of seeing things from a higher and most importantly, a spiritual, okay, perspective. And she's being used to attack Corey, and she's being used not only to attack him directly, but to attack him through his people. Attacking Darlene to cause all type of riffraff, to get Darlene to turn on Corey. And I hate to say this, I'm not saying this is the case for Darlene, but I hate to say this, most of the time, when the devil uses a woman to get to you, and then turn around, use people that's close to you, a lot of time they flake on you. They flake. If Satan in the beginning of times use Eve to get to Adam, you don't think he ain't gonna use no woman in this day and time to get to you? Especially if they're likable, because she's a very likable. Now, oh, like I said, man, this this Takara speaking. There must be some validity to it. What? Come on, guys. Have a little wisdom, man.
You're going to be a woman and you represent women on this show and our voice, you got to stand up. I've sat back and watched.
Darlene ain't on the show to represent women. What the hell she talking about? Darlene is on the show to be a host, to give her commentary. She ain't on that to... See, this is what women do. They want women to stand up for them in their mess, in their chaos, in their stupidity. And because a lot of you men don't think in a three-dimensional way, you fall victim to this type of buffoonery. Because you allow looks to stupefy you, to dumb you down to reality. Huh? This is why the scripture teaches that you are not to be falling victim to a woman because of her looks.
Clips, and I've watched this podcast multiple times where Corey or Craig has said something that you don't agree with, and you just sit there quiet and you twiddle your fingers or you press the phone or you shake your head. Stand up! You got to stand up, baby.
This is the same woman. I know a lot of you about to get mad at me, but who give a damn? This is the same woman that's telling another woman to stand up for women like her and other women. But yet, this woman is known for bad decision making. Huh? Bad decision making. Well, Kuttah Spoken Truth, what you talking about? She known for bad decision making. Look at this clip.
I should be in a position where I can hang out with my friends and my counterparts and have a good time and have a drink and feel safe. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen for a lot of women. I don't want to say this person's name, but y'all know him. And I have to get the story straight because... Ew. I just want to say this to set the record straight. I'm not going to say your name.
Camera one is your camera. Yeah. There we go.
I had a show, I want to say it was in Temecula years ago, probably about 7, 8 years ago. And the promoter says, oh, I got everybody rooms to spend the night. I said, cool. So then we go downstairs to this lounge and the promoter has a section for us, bottles, we all drinking, we all having a good time. And then little but surely, some of the comedians and their partners started saying inappropriate things to me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking right now because I don't want to be under the influence and get myself into something.
Right.
I know how I am when I'm under the influence. After a certain amount of alcohol, I'm still moving. I'm on autopilot, but my mind is gone. I said to one comedian, I said, well, you're not drinking like that. He was like, no. I said, well, do me a favor. I've been drinking. I feel it coming in. I'm going to stop. But just make sure I get back to my hotel room safe. Just make sure. He said, what room are you in? I told him what room I was in. He said, okay, I got you. That's right next to my room. I said, just make sure I get back to my room safe. He said, cool. I'm drinking water. I still remember, in and out. I'm having a good time. We dance. We all get on the elevator. One of the couples tried to take me with them. And I said, well, no, I'm going with this one right here. Because I told him, just make sure I'm safe, make sure I get back to my room. I'm out by then. I'm gone. Like, I don't even remember nothing after that. I wake up in his bed.
Oh, wow.
Pissed off. I woke up, I see him, I start crying. And I'm screaming, no. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, did we do anything last night? My top is on, my bottom is gone, right? This is just a moment of vulnerability for everybody, just especially for the female comics. And I said, did we do anything? And he goes, yeah. I start crying. I run out the room. I ain't even got no pants on. I just got everything in my hand. I'm sure they saw ass on the camera. But I go next door and I'm sitting on my bed and I'm crying because I would never entertain you. If you see the dudes that I'm interested in, you would never even fall into the category of it. And what bothered me most is there was never an apology. There was never any accountability. And then you went around and told people that we did something as if that was something that I, in a sense, agreed to or gave you permission to do. I was under the influence. I asked you specifically to make sure that I got back to my hotel room and you did, and you took me to yours. And I'm just tired of the narrative that's going around. And I didn't want to say this way in hopes that at some point this person will be accountable, but they're not. They're just running around like, oh yeah, me and Takara. And I'm like, no. I don't want to say you to me. That's a very harsh and pushed narrative. And I have to take accountability for the fact that I was drinking. I'm a very accountable person, but you did take advantage of me under the influence, especially when I trusted you and I asked you to just make sure I was safe. And you wasn't even drinking like that.
What the hell we talking about? She's known for bad decisions. And yet she want another woman to stand up and speak up for women who are known for bad decisions. If you really get out your feelings, really get out your emotions, and hear a lot of stuff that Corey Holcomb talk about on the 5150 show. He's exposing rotten behavior that comes from women. So you have women who want Darlene to take up for them when Darlene already know they are no good. That they ain't nothing but hoes and sluts. That they ain't nothing but dumb bitches. Oh, man.
That's why you're getting so much backlash. It's not because you're on the podcast. It's because you're not using your platform to your advantage and saying, hey, I disagree when you talk about young girls. Hey, I disagree when you call that 5-year-old little girl a whore. Like, I disagree.
Listen, and I hate to go Bible on y'all, but look at Ezekiel chapter 16. Then hop over to, I believe, Ezekiel chapter 23. You can look at a little girl. You can look at a little teenage woman and see that she's heading for whoredom, because the scripture said, like the mother, like the daughter. So when real men who's not afraid of society, who's not afraid of being seen as the big bad wolf, who's not afraid of being silenced or canceled, when real men stand up and speak the truth, huh? You want to say that this is something bad. But a lot of these mothers is bringing this little girl up, twerking, watching all type of manner of evil. And because we pointed out saying she's on her way to whoredom because of the way her mother is raising her, this is a problem. And you want Darlene to stand up when Darlene knows this is the truth.
Agree with those things. And the fact that you don't stand up and speak gives us reason to believe that you do agree.
Remember, this is the same woman. Talk about Darlene agree with something, but yet the same woman who get drunk around men. What is we talking about? Huh? Don't you know the Bible in Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 around the 9th verse says, a drunken woman causes great anger? And this is who y'all listening to? Who in the same breath would tell you that she accept accountability, but yet blame the man for taking advantage of her when she made the decision to be drunk around men? I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, but I'm giving you the Bible. And most, especially you so-called black women, most of you, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the higher power. But the one you claiming to believe in is the same one told you not to get drunk because it's going to cause great anger. What is we talking about? You don't want to deal with that. See, women have a safe place to land. Women's able to come on and say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, because a lot of you weak-ass men supports it.
You a woman? You a beautiful woman? Stand up. Stand up. And I know I'm probably...
What is you doing to stand up? What impact have you had on women that make them not want to be 304s? That make them not want to be bitches? What is you doing for women that make them want to get off of the cock carousel? Tell me how you standing up for women where they at in their life and they want to be a real woman, a woman of quality, a high value woman. Outside of your jokes, what are you doing that's having a good impact on women? What is you doing? Or is it all about woman power? Stand up.
probably gonna get some backlash for this because somebody probably gonna say, oh, you used to this. Craig probably gonna try and talk shit about me. Corey gonna probably try to talk shit about me. You can't call me ugly. You can't call me broke. You can't say I'm not funny. None of those other things.
But we can say, by virtue of your own mouth, you like to get drunk around men and make bad decisions. Oh, yeah, you pride yourself on being pretty because a lot of guys are going to tell you you're pretty. But if Kevin Samuels pulled out the chart, it'd be something different, okay? Yeah, some people going to say you're funny. I really don't know. I haven't been to one of your comedy shows. Yeah, I saw little clips here and there. Well, I've never been actually in a comedy show, so I can't really speak on you being funny or not. Huh? You say you got money, but I do know that you probably out there Hollywood. So what are you doing? What did you do to get your money? Did you sell out? Huh? I know a lot of guys about to get mad at me, but what the hell? I don't give a damn. Did you put your mouth on someone digging stick to get to where you are? Did you open your legs like Moses splitting the Red Sea for you to get where you are? A lot of women say they have money and they do, but what did you do to get money? Hmm?
Matter. And half the credit's going out the window for the bitch that tried to play me because you went online, trashed her, and said you fucked her. So, listen, Darlene, from sister to sister, I think a little bit. Just stand up, honey. No matter right, wrong, or indifferent, if y'all are cool the way you say y'all are cool, say what you feel. Stop sitting there digesting bullshit. And it's okay to have a healthy argument. It's okay to have a healthy disagreement. Baby, stand up. Please.
No, you need to stand up and sit the hell down. Because what was the point of this video? Clout chasing? Huh? Is this the point of the video? Clout chasing? To get yourself out there? To get your... What is we talking about, man? I have showed you that she's prone to bad decisions and she wants women to stand up for women in bad decisions. We got to do better. We got to do better. I don't know her personally, but I'm just going off of what her own life story. The stuff that she done shared on podcasts. Okay? And see, a lot of these women, they are losers. And they trick themselves because they have some type of level of followers, like she said, money, and they're pretty, but they are losers. Don't get mad at Kuttah Spoken Truth, but the vast majority of these women out here, they are losers. Okay? And they are not good for nothing but, where my button at? Let me see. This is what they good for. Okay? I don't know what to tell you, man. You get done doing that right there. In the words of Donald Trump, goodbye.